afternoon. Oh my god, it's been one of those times again where I haven't posted for months. I'm sorry guys. So I've been really busy recently, deadlines and school and stuff, and I've just decided this very second that I'm going to try and post again because I really need to. I've also decided that the videos that I'm going to post are going to be top 10s because they're easy to make, or easier than some skit type stuff. The girls have been holding up before, thanks guys. Today I'm going to be doing what some may call a controversial video. I'm going to be rating the Beatles albums from worst to best. In my opinion, these are, it's probably phrased better, least favourite to favourite, but in my opinion this is worst to best? Not including Yellow Submarine because, I don't know, I don't think that's counted, but I'm going to tell you why they've come in that order as well. At number 12 is Beatles for Sale. So all the Beatles albums sort of have a certain shine to them and there's something that makes them really special, but this one I feel was like in limbo between some really good albums. There's nothing on it that like stands out. Maybe like the only song that I'm really fond of on that album is Mr. Moonlight, but apart from that I can't like get attached to any of the songs. That doesn't mean that I don't know all the words though. So at number 11, and this is probably quite predictable because I've said this before that this is one of my least favourites, is A Hard Day's Night. 1964, I forgot to say that. Beatles for Sale was also 1964 and Hard Day's Night is also 1964. I don't know what it is that doesn't attract me to it. There are some songs on it that are like some of my favourite early Beatles ones that they ever did, like Tell Me Why and the title track Hard Day's Night. It's so early Beatles, and again it's just like there are some songs on there that I just don't feel pull the album together efficiently, I guess. So many people are going to hate me for this. Number 10 also has some of my favourite Beatles tracks on it, but just didn't make the cut, is With the Beatles, which I think is 63 or 4, I can't remember. This one, Not a Second Time, is one of my favourite Beatles songs ever, and there are some other really good ones on there which I can't think of right now because it's really late at night. Again, it just doesn't stand out. It's just sort of like they were putting an album out for the sake of it. This sounds so horrible. I appreciate all the Beatles albums. This one's one of my least favourites. Number 9 is Help from 1965. Maybe I dislike this one more because I've watched the film about 3 trillion times. When I first got the film on DVD, I think I watched it at least twice a day. It's one of the only original Beatles vinyl I actually have. I like this album, but I think I've overheard it. Number 8 is Abbey Road, 1969. It's one of the better ones, and I think I just like it more because I just have that mentality of this is one of their last albums, this is when they were all falling out, this is when they started to dislike each other, Ringo tried to leave the band, all that stuff. Again, this one has some absolute tunes on it. All of them have absolute tunes on them. But Abbey Road, I feel, has been overhyped in the media a lot, and it's sort of like a reference to it everywhere you go. And if you ask someone who isn't particularly into the Beatles what their favourite Beatles album is, they're going to say Abbey Road. So yeah. Number 7, from 1970, is Let It Be. Again, it's that, oh my god, they're breaking up at this point, and I think that sort of affected the music of it a little bit. Two of Us is one of my favourite driving along in a car songs. One song that I really don't like on this album is One After 909 because it's really early Beatles and I don't like early Beatles as much. Again, this album is like their pinnacle album, it's their very last one, and I really like it, but at the same time, it's sort of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's really hard without sounding like an absolute, without just sounding really mean. There's something about it that felt hurried and sort of, it's not very well collected, as though they just sort of wanted to get it over and done with, which is sad. Number 6, which is completely contradictory to everything I've said about the other albums I disliked, is Please Please Me from 1963. This one made it to number 6 because I have very fond memories of this album. It's a really good album. It's their very first one. They were like fresh on the scene. Although they're a bit of a boy band at this point, it's just so like, it's like my happy album, and there are loads of songs on here that I just have really like fond attachments to. That's why I put it there. Although it completely contradicts what I was saying about me not liking the early Beatles stuff, but this is the exception. Number 5 from 1967 is Magical Mystery Tour. I do love it because it's so quirky and out there, and I just want to I wish I was there to see what the public reaction was to this album in 1967. So I know that a lot of England was still very conservative at this point, and it's a unique album. It has a lot of really good songs on it. The album artwork is probably one of my favourites because it's so cool. Yeah, I really like this album, and that's another one that I do when I'm like working. I listen to Magical Mystery Tour. Number 4, also from 1967, is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Similar to Abbey Road, I feel it's similarly overhyped. Obviously, there's reason behind the hype for both of these albums. They're both amazing albums. I remember when I first discovered it, I listened to it like 5 times in a row because I absolutely fell in love with it. And She's Leaving Home, which I think is like the 4th track, I want to say. I'm going to check that. Nope, She's Leaving Home is track number 6, so forget that. But that song always makes me cry, and there are many good songs on this album. But then I have a strange relationship with Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, which I can't decide whether I like or not. Maybe that's why they didn't make it any higher. I mean, number 4 is a very high position, but it could have gotten a bit higher because there are certain songs on it, like Fixing a Hole, It's Getting Better, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which is like a 60s classic. There are so many songs on there which make it an amazing album, but then at the same time it's that Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite that just doesn't... It's a good song, but it's more of a Magical Mystery Tour song than a Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band song. Number 3 from 1965 is Rubber Soul, which is brilliant. Speaking of Rubber Soul, I got copyrighted for my video about Rubber Soul where I just sang all the songs. I knew that was going to happen, and I remember Jamie saying like, "Oh, is that okay? Like, aren't you going to get copyrighted?" And I was like, "No, it's fine." It was one of the girls anyway, and I was like, "No, it's fine. It's going to be fine because they're not that long." And then I got copyrighted for that one, and Please Me, I think, was the other one I did. So that was fun. So yeah, Rubber Soul, it's an awesome album. It's like at the beginning of their best era when they were getting all cool and experimental, and it led to so much. And it has so many iconic songs on it, like Drive My Car and Girl. Oh, it's got Nowhere Man as well. That's one of my favourite songs ever. Number 2 is from 1966, and it is Revolver. Revolver used to be my favourite, but the last one, which you guys probably figured out, but I'll reveal it in a second, has just sort of like taken over, and maybe it's just because I'm into lots of experimental stuff right now. Revolver has been kicked off the top spot. Revolver used to be my favourite because it has Angel Bird Can Sing on it, and it is at the absolute peak of their in-between Help and Magical Mystery Tour era when they were just like drugged out, but like beginning to get drugged out. They weren't like Magical Mystery Tour drugged out, they were like beginning to get drugged out. Revolver is a sick album cover. It didn't make number 1 because this last album has just nestled its way right into my heart recently. And at number 1 is 1968's White Album. I don't know why I love this album so much, but it's such a good album. I can't get over it. I gained recent appreciation for it, more so than before, when me and my friends got together and we listened to it whilst we had a very deep and meaningful conversation. And it's just... there's so many songs on it that are so underappreciated. And it's the one that people sort of like push aside. I mean, the only really recognisable songs on it are like Back in the USSR, Obla Di Obla Da, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, of course. But apart from that, there aren't really many ones that you'd see on like a best of album. Maybe that's why I like it so much. So all these really quirky little songs like Glass Onion and the continuing story of Bungalow Bill. When I first got into the Beatles, when I had no money, and also I couldn't download music off the internet, and I just hadn't discovered all this music accessibility yet. My friend burned it onto a CD for me, and I listened to it so much. I listened to it when I went to sleep. So as you can imagine, having like Glass Onion and the continuing story of Bungalow Bill and Piggies and Rocky Raccoon playing to you as you go to sleep, you get some really weird dreams. But yeah. Sexy Sadie and Long 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 always make me feel a little bit emotional, especially Long Long Long. That hits me right there. It's such a heartfelt song, but no one knows it. That's why it's my favourite. Maybe it's just because I'm pretentious, I don't know. Thanks for watching this video. I'm going to be doing more top 10 soon. If you want to see a specific top 10, comment it down below. I'll be happy to do it if I have time, because I'm so busy all the time. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Go and check out all the videos that have been uploaded recently that I've been watching on the daily once I get home from school, which is very late, and it makes me happy to see that we've got so many people looking after the channel. We've still got Jamie, of course. Jamie's queen of ideas. I still don't know how she's still coming up with ideas for videos. And of course we've got Eleanor, we've got Joanna, we've got Madison, and we've got Angeline, and they all bring so many different things to the channel, and it's great, and I'm loving it. Thanks, you guys. And then we've got all our classics, and oh my god. I need to wrap this up because it's at about 16 minutes right now. Thanks for watching. I'll hopefully be back next week. Peace and love. Bye bye now.